Good afternoon, sir. Yeah, I'll request HL to kindly start the proceedings for today. Mr. Nikhil,
One and all, we have all gathered here today. We have all gathered here today for a webinar on indigenization of major LRUs in the aviation sector, hosted by the Department of Defense Production. A very warm welcome to all the DDP, MOD, and the industry partners present today. I request Sri Nikhil Dwivedi, Chief of Projects Helicopter Division, to deliver the welcome address.
On behalf of HL, I would like to welcome ASDIP, MOD Government of India, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome all the participants on this webinar on indigenization of major LRUs. HL Helicopter Division has been producing helicopters for almost now 60 years. Started with the TOT project, and in mid-1980s we started on the research and development of our own platform. LH was the first platform which we have indigenously produced designed and produced in HAL. And more than 350 ALH are now flying in India and abroad. After that, we have designed light combat helicopter, LCH, for which recently we have got order of 15 LCH. And the latest platform which we have added is LUH, light utility helicopter. For producing this, we are opening a new factory in Tumkur. So all these platforms, now what is our endeavor is to increase the IC content in these three platforms. The reason behind is that when we increase the IC content, we become Atmanirbhar. We need not depend on the foreign vendor for the supply of these three platforms. Not only the indigenization increase, the foreign currency is saved, lot of opportunities in the job market is created, and it gives us lot of benefit in when we go to foreign country for selling these units. So our request is for all the participants to participate in this endeavor so that we can have an ecosystem around HAL for this three and for the future projects of helicopter division. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for the welcome address. I now request Shri Anurag Bajpai, JSDIP, for the keynote address.
Good afternoon to all of you. It's really nice to see you all today once again, because I have been interacting with various industries, and today the number is around 100 plus. In the morning session also, there was another webinar with the shipyard, so there was also a tremendous participation. And in this event also, I am finding that the participation is really good. That is a positive signal. What I would like to mention today, and how significant this webinar is. As we all know, that the focus of the government is on industrial growth, because it will ultimately lead to economic growth and employment generation. Moreover, we will earn foreign exchange. That will add to the GDP, that will add to the economy of the country. So that is the main focus. How it can come? The tools are with us. And as a perfect tool, the government of India has brought the focus on Atmanirbharta or self-reliance. Once we try to achieve that, try to move in that direction, certainly it is going to add up to the industrial growth or the growth of MSMEs or startups in the country. Because these all activities add to the GDP of the country. In the defense sector, this self-reliance is in focus, we all know. Once we start manufacturing or developing items within India, it will add to value of production. It will add to our exports. So, all the sections of the society will get engaged into this kind of activity, right from labor class to, entrepreneurs. They will all get engaged into this kind of activity. This focus, particularly this focus of Atmanirbharta, has become very relevant in the emerging global trend. We are all aware, we are witnessing the conflicts which are going on among various countries. So this focus on self-reliance with the means of indigenization has become very relevant today. And that is why we are here today in aerospace sector. We all are aware that Department of Military Affairs has published three positive indigenization lists of 310 items, where major platforms or weapon systems have been included. We have also published list from in respect of DPSUs for about 2,851 items, and another list of 107 major LRUs, that is line replaceable units, subsystems, announcement of major 18 platforms, all through the process of indigenization. Now here a challenge is not only for the ministry or the department or the government, it is a challenge for the industry as well. Industry has to take up that challenge and own the challenge. That would be my first suggestion to the industry here. They have to take up this challenge. The reason being, the government has, has trusted you that yes, our industry is in position that has the capability, that has the wherewithal to develop, design and develop these kind of platforms, major platforms, weapon systems, all these things. And now this is the challenge for the industry, DPSUs and private industries, both. I am talking about both. Because we have to meet international standards. We all know what has happened in the past. We were dependent on global companies. We were dependent on Lockheed Martin or other giants. So we have to meet that challenge. Unless we reach to that level, certainly the products which we are going to develop is not going to meet the challenges, particularly at the borders. So our standard should be better than that what we are getting from the global companies. So I take it as this is the challenge for the industry. And government has trust on the industry that yes, they are in position to develop that capacity. They are in position to develop that capability. They are in position to going for that R&D, that level of R&D. But the challenge is there, that exists. Because the quality, the international standards, unless we meet that, because ultimate users, who are the ultimate users? We must remember, ultimate users are our forces or the forces of any other country. They will not rely on our products unless that meet the challenge at the border of modern warfare. We must remember that. So I would request our industry who is participating today, all the CEOs or MDs or whosoever are there, they have to give their inputs, they have to ask every possible question from HAL, and HAL is here to respond. HAL also has to own up the responsibility of indigenization. It is a tremendous task. I mean my words. It is a tremendous task. It is not going to be that easy that we have just got an order and we will make it. No, it is not going to be possible like that. So both the DPSUs and the industry, I would expect that there will be a good deliberation, there will be good deliberations, there will be good exchange of ideas, and this webinar would result in a successful webinar with positive not only outcomes but results in coming future. With these words, I close my remarks. Thank you very much and wish you all the best for a successful webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for inspiring everyone to take up the challenges of indigenization. I now invite Shri K. Srinivas Rao, Additional General Manager, DLE, to deliver the technical presentation on indigenization of major LRUs.
So first of all, I would like to thank our JS Anurag Vajpayee sir for organizing such a event, for making the familiarization and the indigenization of the major LRUs. This itself shows that how much government is interested and how much government is supporting us to go ahead with the indigenization of the critical LRUs, especially in the defense production units. Sir, as our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, sir, also in so many occasions, he has also stressed on the Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is the indigenization in design, development and manufacture of the defense products, especially weapon and critical LRUs, with the aim that to emphasis on the transformation of India into defense industry, so that India will not only produce the items for the import substitute and also to export the items, so that it will become a defense industry, the defense hub for all throughout the world. We are in a position to supply all the items to various countries. So towards this, our Ministry of Defense has evaluated a defense procurement procedures, which clearly mentions that what are all these things to be followed and how to go about with the procurement actions. And all these defense procurement procedures are all being regularly updated, and so that it will be made easy to all of us to follow the guidelines. Accordingly, HR, in line with the Defense Ministry, these things, HR also has a policy of indigenization of the defense units and as a Make in India, and we are making the components accessories as well as the repair items of all aircraft engine components also. The primary objective is for engine also the primary objective of HR is also all the items to be indigenized, that is in line with the Ministry of Defense Make in India and the self-reliance. We are encouraging all the vendors, already encouraging to this. Towards this, we have already conducted the vendor meets, webinars, and today this is the webinar to discuss on the critical main issues, what are all we have identified already, plus 20 plus items to concentrate on those things. For these items, the Ministry of Defense has already fixed the timelines to be evaluated. Before that timelines, we have to complete all these things. We wanted to apprise you that on the how criticality of these items and how the timelines we have to meet. After the timelines, Ministry directed us already to have to put it in the positive list, positive indigenization list. That means after the timelines, that is 2025, these items cannot be imported from these things. That means we require all your support, as the directors are already, JD sir already expressed this thing. We have to hold together and complete all the activities. So with this introduction, we will go to the presentation on the first small brief on HL, and then the indigenization procedures being followed in the HL. Then the technical details, brief technical details of the items, whatever we have identified, 20+ items for the indigenization critical items. Next.
Check my check.
Sir, presentation is visible to all, sir? Sir, this first slide, so many of the vendors maybe you knowing the things, but for the sake of initiation, we have presented about the HL. HL as our COPs are introduced this during his presentation. He has also told it was introduced in 1940 as an Hindustan Aircraft Limited, and in 1963 Aeronautics India Limited incorporated. In 1964, amalgamating with these two companies, Aeronautics India and Hindustan Aeronautics Limited HL, that is present company, has been formed. In 2007, this company has been recognized and conferred with the Navaratna status, and it is being continued as on today. During the 2018, it was listed in all the stock exchanges. Now, more than 80 years of service to the nation, and we have been doing very good all with the good performance reports results. Next. Sir, HL with 20 production divisions, 10 R&D centers, and 31 support centers, it is spread all over the India. In addition to this, our HL reps are already placed at various bases to support the customers on online support on the spot and make the helicopters serviceable. Next. HL produces aircraft, engines, LRUs, and all those things, but presently, as an helicopter division, we are mainly concentrating on the helicopters only. Helicopters production in 1965, it started as a design this thing. In 1984, this ALH has been started, indigenously designed and developed. Same way in 2002, this Cheetah helicopter is upgraded to Cheetah with the performance of more performance. 2005 onwards, we have started ALH improved as the WSI with glass cockpit and weaponized systems. 2006 onwards, we have started LCH as a new project, light combat helicopter. Afterwards, LUH, which with the aim of replacing this Cheetah helicopters and also for the utilization of the civil field. And we are doing also RPAVs of 10 kg, RPAVs of 200 kg, and IMRH and some other projects are also in pipeline. So, as out of all the helicopters, the current projects are live projects: ALH Mark III Skid, Mark III Wheel, ALH Mark III Navy and Coast Guard Maritime Role, and ALH WSI, that is Rudra, and LCH helicopters are under production. And LUH R&D program, LUH is also under the prototypes are approved. It is also coming for the LSP production has already been started. IMRH is in design stage. RGAV is also we are developing. Now, as our COPs are introduced, for all these items, we require the indigenization of the things. Today, in the last 51 years, we are in already almost 1,000 helicopters we have produced from 1970 to 21. And with the aim of 1,000 more helicopters in 15 years, already we are planning. With that, ALH Civil, LCH, LEH, IMRH, and other projects, approximately it will come around 15 years. In addition to this, civil helicopters we are planning, we are expecting more field. So we request all the participants also to concentrate and think about the civil applicability of all the items, whatever we are going to indigenize. As a HL, our Suvapi sir has already told me, we have taken some initiatives focused on major imported LRUs of LH, LCH and LEH. And we have identified the nodal officers for the indigenization and vendor registration details available on all our HL website. And the Citizen portal also, we are putting all our items, what are all there, what are all the opportunities from our, what we are expecting for the indigenization. So as of now, 22 LRUs have been identified under SELFA projects for the indigenization. As I told earlier, this will be included in the second positive indigenization list by DDP. For these 22 LRUs, RFIs have been issued on HL procurement portal, and webinar on these SELFA projects also we have organized on the 12th. And this is also for the more to give the more criticality and more familiarization on this. This today also we are giving on the technical explanation. Next, the major steps. Sorry, what we are following in the indigenization procedure in HL. This majority of the participants may be aware of it, but for at least for the new people who have joined now, for the sake of understanding all of them, we are going to present this, and we request all the participants to follow the same procedures. And first one, HL will float the RFI along with technical requirements in HL website. Based on the RFI capable Indian industries, as our DPs are, we have to take up and own the challenges, because all the items what we are going to put are critical, and we require all the participants to have a thorough knowledge on both commercial and technical before responding to HL. So because after taking the RFI, if there is any problem critical commercially, if you are not able to manage, or even technically also if you are not able to manage, it is a problem for the both HL and the industries. This is because why you are telling is in our previous experience, some of the vendors stopped in between because of lack of knowledge, or they have quoted less. Afterwards, it has become a more, they could not move further. So considering all these things, we request all of you, before quoting or responding to our RFS, be thorough. Anything, any knowledge, anytime you can visit our HL to get the knowledge on these items before you respond to all the for these RFIs. Then after the RFI, based on the capable Indian industries responses, RFQ or UII will be issued by HL. So based on this techno-commercial evaluation, that is two-bit system, a development agency will be selected. After the selection of development agency, with the help of a development agency and certifying authorities, we will finalize the technical requirements, which will be a baseline for us to move ahead in all respects. Based on the technical specification, we will make the design review by HL in coordination with the certification authorities and the vendors. During the design review, vendors need to give the drawings, bill of materials, master drawing index, and other documents to be provided to development agency to certification authorities. These are the documents mainly and definitely required for us to keep the things and to move further ahead. Based on these documents only, prototype units manufacturing will be done by development authority. Preparation of QTP, ATP by DA and approval by HL certification authorities, we will approve this. After this qualification tests by the approved labs and also the HL authorities will be done. Ground testing and flight testing, if applicable, to be carried out by developing authorities in coordination with HL. Qualification test reports to be submitted to AQA, and after with the submitted approved reports, RCMA will clear the unit. After the clearance, production supply will be there. So after the production also, during the usage, if there is any issue or any problem, so we request all the participants to support further almost nearly till as long as the helicopters are flying, we require your support to HL for what are the items we are developing. There should not be any problem in between, and failures should be less. We want to maintain your items in airworthy conditions. With this, we will go to the details of 22 LRUs with the technical brief. I will request my colleague Babu to hand over.
Thank you very much, sir. Good afternoon to one and all. Hope I am audible to everybody. Okay, with the background of indigenization procedure and the requirements, what Srinivasa Rao sir has explained, I will just give the glimpse of 22 items, the critical items, which is identified under the self-op project for the development to leverage the technology in the country and to overcome the burden of supply chain which we are facing presently for our platforms. In fact, I am sitting with entire our technical team here. So after this presentation, if any technical doubts are there for any of the industrial partners, you can just pose the questions so that we can be able to explain to you. So you can see the items. The items selected under the self-op project are really a critically technological oriented items, and which we need at present the technology to be developed in the country. So you can see that the items which is selected for ALH, which is our cash cow now, and LCH and LUH, which is in our star products, which is coming in future. And already we are producing the series production of these LCH and LUH helicopters. The timeline which is given for us to realize these items is by 2025, I think we should be able to complete all the items. And there was a question actually for the industrial partners always that, okay, the procedures are more and the numbers are actually a concern for the Indian private vendors. But look at the picture and look at the previous slide which Srinivasa Rao sir already presented. The survey says that there is a more than 1,000 helicopters in 10 years are going to be going to be produced in the country, which we are in the defense sector as well as in the civil sector. So ALH now, if you take the 22 major items, so the electronic warfare suit, I think I have got the detailed presentation. We'll just glance through the items list and then you can go to the presentation. Yeah. Okay, you can just. So this is the list of the items.
Go to details.
Yes. The electronic warfare suit. This is basically a threat warning system, which is used in our weapon system of the helicopters and mission. This is one of the mission equipment. So we have in that there are 4 major LRUs which is indicated in the pictures here. I think you can see that radar warning system, visual approach warning system, and laser warning system. These are all the basically this captures the it senses the threats which is available and it indicates to the pilot that to take the countermeasure actions. And we have indicated some technical specification details here also, the frequency and the threat library, the coverage, the voltage ranges and power rating, etc. The detailed technical brief which is required for the system is already given in our RFIs. People who have already gone through that and if any doubts are there, you can always ask a question to us so we can be able to clarify to you. If any of the industrial partners would like to have a look at the component, if you like to visit and then have a technical interactions with us, you are always welcome to HAL at any point of time so that we can be able to clarify your doubts. Okay, next. So this is a health monitoring system. Basically, this indicates the this preventive measurement of preventive maintenance schedule of the helicopters. This system will indicate the health of the structure, MGB, engine, and other major components, so that this is like the vibration levels will be monitored, and we have a processing unit. That processing unit will give us the health conditions of the major systems in the helicopters. Okay, next. So the helmet pointing system, it's basically a sighting system, display sighting system. This will give the to reduce the pilot burden. So this system will give the visual indication in front of the pilot's eye. So this is the silent features we have given here. So this is like this is the ADAPS display system. Basically to the line of sight to whatever the items are there, it can capture, and this will be like it will give the it will see once the item identified, it will give the slave the weapons and other equipments with respect to the pilot's operations, pilot's movement of the head. This is a critical bearings which we are using in our main gearbox and our rotor systems. We are having some 4 or 5 different types of bearings. Actually, the bearing is one of the critical things in the aerospace sector. People have not come forward for the development. It is a great opportunity for the Indian private partners to enter into the certification of the bearings. We have got a contact ball bearing, we have got a deep groove ball bearing, cylindrical bearing, double row ball bearing, roller bearing. So these all the items are used in the critical areas of the ALH, LCH and LUH. So the numbers for the bearings is definitely high. Once the technology is established, once the certification is available, the same can be extended to the engine and other LRUs also. Basically, this is active vibration control system. It's one of the major system. This will actually subsides the vibration which is coming in the helicopters. This is EFG is used. Sorry for the interruption. There was some aircraft is passing around. Okay, I think I can continue now. Okay, there are 3 major systems are used in this: CFG and accelerometer and control unit. Basically, it senses the vibration and it gives the counter vibrating this one to subside the vibration levels in the helicopters. So if pilot's level is not feeling comfortable, the system will give the active vibration this one to control the vibration levels in the helicopters. So this is the major critical things. So another major system is the directional infrared countermeasure system. It's called as a DIRCOM. So this is again, it's basically a jammer. This is a jammer of the threats. So this will sense the infrared radiations, and it will indicate to the pilot, and it will give the countermeasure activities. So this is the technical details has been given here. Okay. So this is another major critical system. This is like a UO system, electro-optical pod. So this is a target acquisition and designation system. Basically, this is this captures. It's like basically a camera. It captures the images. It captures the threats. It captures the objectives in the different areas, and it will give the indication to the pilot. The ground proximity warning system is another critical system. It is basically a software which we are using it in our vision computer. This is actually there are sensors which is used in this system, which identifies the helicopter position with respect to the terrains. Basically, it will sense the signals with respect to the AHRS and ADU and GPS and other things. And it will give the helicopter alignment to reorient the helicopter for the positioning the terrain positions and other things. So OBIX, it is one of the other mechanical system. This is onboard inert gas generating system. This is used in basically the fuel tanks, where this is used for the flame suppressor. If any flame is attracted by the fuel, so this generates the nitrogen enriched air, and it will suppress the flame. So it will not allow to the blast, or it will not allow to catch the fire. It is one of the safety system. ELT is a major component. So this will emit the signals. And during the crash of the helicopter or during the impact of the helicopter, this will give the signal, digital signals to identify the location of the helicopter during the emergency conditions when it is crash landed. These are the lights, which is the LED lights. It indicates the position of the helicopters, which is installed on the helicopters. So there are red, green, and white light. 3 lights we are using. I think this is one of the component I think industry partners can take up, and then it is among all the systems. I think this looks to be slightly simple item. Yeah. The infrared suppressor system. This is used in the engines. So this is basically suppress the infrared radiations to attract the threat subsides these infrared signals, so that enemies cannot able to detect the radars cannot able to detect the helicopter. This is a electromechanical actuator which is a part of our AFCS system. In fact, the AFCS flight controls can be controlled through this actuator. The signals, the inputs will be given through this actuator in the digital format, so that you can to control the helicopter. This is a part of a AFCS.
Oh.
Alternator is a 10 kV alternator. It is basically used for the generation of the AC current. So we use the AC system in the helicopter to power supply. So the technical specification details are given here. So the rated power is 10 kVA, and speed and maximum speed, the cooling system, the weight of the things, that all the details are captured in the RFIs. The details have been already forwarded to you in the RFI. HF antenna.
Okay, next.
Okay, this is one of the interesting systems. So this is it is a night vision goggle. This for the night mode and for the day mode. The goggles are there. This will be compatible to our helmet pointing system. Emergency flotation system. So this is basically the helicopter when it is landing, when it is flying over the sea. The system during the emergency, there may be a possibility that helicopter has to land on the water. During the emergency situation, this system will be helpful. So this system makes helicopter afloat for the evacuation of the crew, and to some extent you can save the helicopter also. So this system works when the helicopter touches to the water. There are some inflators are there. It will automatically inflate the system and system will trigger. This is also a very critical system which involves pneumatic and mechanical and roads composite material also. Rescue hoist, probably everybody will be aware of this system. This will be used for the rescuing the rescue operations. So this is basically for this maximum capacity of this system is for the 200 kgs, and this the length of the cable should be around 40 meters for operating this. This is electrical rescue hoist. The particle separator, this system is basically used in the engine, this one, and in the engine entry. So if there is engine intake, there may be some, when helicopters are operating in the windy environment and the dusty environment, there is a possibility that dust can enter into the engine and which can damage the engine blades. So that this system will be helpful for this preventing the intake to prevent the dust particles and any critical components to enter into the engine and it avoids the damages of the engine components. So the AFCS automatic flight control system. So this is basically a computer, AFCS computer. So this is again, this gives the helicopter attitude and to maintain the helicopter attitude and stability of the helicopter. So this system is helpful. And the technical parameters as indicated here. It is autopilot system basically. The solenoid valve, it looks to be a simple small component, but it is a very critical component which is used in the our flight control actuators. So this is actually the flow valve which which interconnects the mechanical actuator to the AFCS actuator. So this is actually actuators. Our actuators are being developed by our sister division ASC-RDC. This component is basically mainly required for our actuators. Or any doubts or any things are there, you can contact our ASC-RDC people so they can help you in this. The electro-hydraulic servo valve is also one of the major component used in the servo actuators. This gives the servo command to the flight control actuators. This is actually I think in world, I think there are only few operators are only developing this. This is a very minute precision operations are required in this. I think there is a capability in India. Definitely people can take up all these systems and then take up further development. So to the concluding, see, all vendors are, please go through the RFIs in detail and go through the technical requirements, what is required for us, and respond accordingly. These LRUs, which is identified under the self-help project, are basically to be realized, the timelines which is given by the MOD. So in this process, it is very, very critical that to select the items by the vendors, and accordingly, please quote the respond for the RFIs. The self-reliance and cost reduction, foreign exchange reduction, improved customer service. These are all the objectives of the indigenization. Everybody is knowing that. Presently, our indigenization content hovers around 55% in our all platforms. We are aiming to increase our IC content to more than 75% with the help of the industrial partners. There is definitely a possible. So where we have to give more importance for the indigenization activities.
We are declaring 61.
So HL is looking for forward from the greater contribution from the Indian vendors. We hope, I think we can together build the ecosystem and supply chain in India in aviation defense sector. With this, I finish my technical presentation. We have a technical team here. Now it is open to our industrial partners. If you have any doubts, we can take your questions and we can able to clarify them.
Thank you, Srinivas Rao sir and Babu sir, for enlightening us on all the indigenization projects that are available. The forum is now open to all for any queries and for interaction.
Yes. No, come out of presentation.
Stop sharing. Stop sharing. Left-hand.
Stop sharing.
Side left-hand.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Hello. Hello.
You can go on.
Hello.
Yes, sir,
Yeah,
you
you
are
are
audible. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, for these components and indigenization, is the HL looking for multiple vendors or one vendor for each product as of now?
Sir, at front, we are looking for one vendor. I think you can have your consortium or you can have your joint venture together, and then as a vendor, either as a industry partner, I think we are looking for a response from the one vendor.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
I have one question. This is Vinod Jain from RMC Power Recovery India Private Limited, Calcutta. In fact, we have been approached by a lot of the European companies to work with the Indian partners. Suppose we would like to bring in one partner for the development of electrical warfare suit.
Yes, sir.
As an yeah. So suppose they are already approved in the lot of European helicopter manufacturer, other things. What will be the process to if we set up a unit with them in India for the approval? Because that is the time-taking time-consuming process in India. We are setting up already one unit in Dabaspet, which is near to Tumkaru, for the fasteners, aerospace grade fasteners. We are also
Vinod sir, thank you for the question. Actually, for the technological front, you can have a technology acquired by any of the foreign vendors based on your collaboration with the Indian foreign partners. But you should maintain the IC content as per the government norms, which is indicated in the new DAP 2020.
You can have a joint venture with the foreign company under Make 3, sir. You can see the DDP, DAP 2020. Make 3 option is there. You can have a joint venture initially and supply the unit, but progressively you have to increase the IC content.
Yes, sir, already whatever the projects we are talking, it is the more than 50% Indian value addition.
Yes, sir.
No problem,
So,
sir. I think you can come up with that proposal. There is no issue. You can participate. But we are looking for Indian vendors as per the procedures. Indian registered vendors should be participating in the indigenization activity. I think corporate office can also give some comments over that.
So, sir, basically for further discussion, this electronic warfare suit, if you can share the contact detail, because I am quite regular in Bangalore almost every week. and the factory we are building up is in Daba Spate, which is near to Tumkaru.
Sir, you can come anytime to our helicopter division and we will show the item, give the clarity, and what are the technical details are required. We will arrange a meeting with the technical experts.
To whom I should contact, because I'm there on 17th and 18th.
You can contact me, sir. I'm Babu TS.
And we will share the
We'll share the phone number and email ID of this.
share to you through your email, sir.
Yeah, so I will share my mail in the chat box. If you can help me out, then I can visit to you as soon as possible.
Have you seen our RFI, sir?
No, I haven't seen the RFI. I need to go through it. Yes, sir.
That is the main intention of arranging these webinars are same thing, sir. Those who have not seen the RFIs, you can have a look now. At least we can find out all the details are available there. After that, you can contact us. Our contact details are also available in our RFIs.
Right. Okay, I will do that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We are from Ananya Technologies, Bangalore.
Sir, can you speak little louder, please?
Ananya Technologies, Bangalore.
Yes, sir, please.
With regards to the items mentioned in this list, we have already submitted our interest for several LRUs that were mentioned here.
Okay, sir. Sir, we have gone through your request actually. In fact, during our last webinar, there was some request from the vendors to extend the time for the RFI response. So accordingly, we have extended. By this month end is the time. So afterwards, we'll come back to you, sir.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Hello, then we'll respond to the RFI, no?
Hello, am I audible?
Sir, can you talk little louder, please?
Hello, am I audible now?
Yeah.
Namaskar to one and all present here. I am Tanishq Agrawal representing Anji's Enterprise Kanpur. We are a manufacturing supplier to DRDO Kanpur and we specialize in peak and electronics products. So without wasting the time of the panel, I would like to go to the point. For the expression of interest that the HAL helicopter division has released, we have seen that there are certain requirements of quality management systems and certain certifications that are required. So my query is regarding that, whether the quality management system and certification will be required before the development or the order is placed with the final quotation value, or will it be required afterwards?
Sir, sir, this is like this. Okay, if you have a technical capabilities, you can able to develop the items. There is no problem. You can reply for that accordingly. In parallel, before starting the things, you think you should bring the quality management system in your company so that it will be helpful for all of us.
So the thing is that we are a young firm and we do not have that much liquid capital to just expend like that. So will it be possible to make such a proposal in a system that we develop the products as per the needs of HAL, and after we receive the final order, then we start for the certification and other methods? Will that be possible?
Actually,
Sir, unless and otherwise your item is approved and certified, we cannot give the order to you.
Okay, and the costs that will have to be borne during the certification of those products, that will be borne by us only, or we have to quote that in the expression of interest, or that will be borne by the HAL?
No, now government is also funding, sir.
So the certification costs, for example, we have to get position lights certified by Semilac and all the tests that have to be done. The funding from that will come from the government.
No, even for whatever you are doing through RFQs from NRCs, we are paying.
Okay. Thank you so much. That was my question.
After doing it,
But after proving only your item, you will get the money. Till the provement, no amount will be given from HAL. After the certification, you will get including NRC.
So until that time, my query is that for certification, we will have to do certain tests on the, say, position lights. While doing those tests, the labs will require money.
Sir, one minute, sir. You personally visit us. We will give all clarity. Whatever your doubts are there, everything will be clarified.
Okay, thank you so much.
And we expect our partners to have minimum knowledge, minimum strength in all aspects.
Sir, good afternoon. This is Srikanth Hegde from Titan Engineering and Automation. Myself and Mr. Pawan, we are here.
Okay.
Sir, we want to know this mode of this expression of interest is going to be published. Like, is it in HAL regular e-portal, or is it in a GEM portal, or how is it?
RFI response.
So I am a registered vendor to engine division, Lucknow division, and other place, and helicopter division registration is in process. We will be planning to visit on a Tuesday or Wednesday. So if so, then obviously you'll be sharing the contact person name and detail. But
Yes, sir.
any other system requirements are there? We just wanted to know if you can share.
We will share our commercial people contact details to you.
Yeah.
Then you can talk to them. You may have to register with the helicopter division.
Obviously, yes. Yes, we will do that. Do we have any thing to be processed through this GEM portal, GEM portal? No.
Jammu portal, we will place the order, you can respond it, but this is different.
Problem we are facing with the GEM is we are not able to, in many of the cases, we are not getting a proper response and support. That's the reason approaching HL will be much faster than going through GEM portal.
GEM portal is not related to this subject at all.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you so much. So we definitely will visit and we will have a discussion, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for inviting us for this seminar.
Thanks for your participation, sir.
Right, sir. We will participate. We will come and visit your team.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. This is Karthik. I have a question to the panel. So this is Karthik from Brussels, Texas. Post submission of EOI responses, HL will evaluate all the responses and finally release the RFP again in the forum. Will that be released in a limited tender mode or it will be an open tender mode?
Sir, who are all participated or who are all interested, definitely you will get. Other than that, if anybody is there, those people also will get. But you are sure that you will get the response?
No, sir. The another tied up question is the people who are not participating in the EOI mode, they can still provide a response in an RFP stage, right?
Yeah. Sir, I'll answer for that question. Okay, so some responses have come and we are scrutinizing that responses. We are identifying some of the items under make 1 and some of the items under make 2. So based on the decision taken by our committee, make 2 committee and indigenization committee, accordingly we will take a decision to respond to you either in the limited tender or through the UI under the make 2. So
okay,
now,
sir.
yeah.
So just one more question. Actually, sir, we have indigenized many of the aviation lubricants in India currently, and even our reports and QTRs are endorsed by AQA. But for some reason, the SEMILEC, the agency, certification agency, has kept our certification on hold by saying as the reason that there is already one vendor for this. So we cannot grant you certification. Now it is imperative to note, sir, that we have done entire development on our cost. And once the MSME spends everything on R&D, the withholding of the certification to an MSME who is also limited in funds. So in that way, how is the indigenization going forward? Because in ultimate case, the certification agency will be SEMILEC. And by arbitrary reason that it is not in the interest of indigenization or Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Sir, certification agencies, whatever you have discussed, but is it through HAL or you have directly contacted them?
No, sir. This is the cases which we are referring is for a product, for a lubricant, for like OM15. So OM15 is a requirement of HAL as well as Army as well as Air Force. So all entire aviation sector is consuming that.
You can contact us with your certification, qualification, tested details, reports, and everything. If it is satisfactory, we will take you to SEMILEC, sir.
Sure, sir. Sir, can I have your email address in that case, sir?
We'll share, sir. We'll share.
Okay, sir. Okay.
I think it is shared in the chat box. You can just check.
Share, where? Yeah,
I will check. We are sharing it in the chat box. You can please make a note of that.
Sir, anybody else?
Sir, this is Hegde from Titan again. Is that RFIs are already published in some portal or how is that, sir?
Yes, sir. HL website.
Can you share that website address after this meeting?
Now we will share it. HR-India.com.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hello.
Share, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello, I'm Srinivas from Servo Controls.
Please, sir, tell me, sir.
Sir, we wanted to know this solenoid valve and then electro-hydraulic servo valve and electromechanical actuators. We are interested
Yes, sir.
in these things.
We know that your capabilities. I think you are expert in servicing the servo valves. I think
in this contest, I want to visit on Monday to your place to understand in details.
You are most welcome, sir.
Yes, sir. That's what in
I think, and also in parallel, I think you can have in touch with our ASRDC team also. I think they will also give some insight on that.
Yeah, no problem, sir. I'll talk to Venugopal sir and Negi sir. No problem in this. First, Monday I will come and have a discussion regarding this, sir. Okay, sir. Thanks.
This is Ravi Prakash from HL Lucknow.
Sir, thank you. How are you, sir?
Fine. I think you had contacted us also, but you have never turned up. So please come to us. We have a lot of servo valves.
Yes, sir. No problem, sir. No problem.
Looking forward to ROH support.
Yeah, definitely, sir. Definitely, sir. I'll make a visit sometime next month, sir. No problem.
Yeah, you try earlier also. You may come even in the month of May.
Okay, sir. I'll try, sir. That's not a problem. I'll come, sir. Thank you very much. You are already supported a lot.
Yeah, we had released RFI and there was no response from your side. You can come now also.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Venugopal, sir. Thank you. Venugopal, sir.
Thank you. I am there online. Thank you. Thank you very much. Actually, the requirement of EHSV and solenoid valve has already been posted on Sujal portal. You can please refer you can go to the Sujal portal. We have already uploaded this requirement.
Okay, sir. I'll just go through it, sir. No problem, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, I think. Okay, I think. Hope if any queries, no queries are there. I think we can.
I hope all queries have been answered satisfactorily. For any further queries, we have already shared the details in the chat box. And you can also look up the RFIs on the website. We come to the end of the program. I request Sri T.S. Babu, DGM Indigenization, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to once again all of you. I think we had a fruitful technical discussion and some queries. I think we hope you have answered to some extent. If any more queries are there, I think you can please visit us. We are here to help you. And today's program is now coming to an end. And now it's my honor to extend my vote of thanks to all the participants and to make this event a grand successful. In fact, the government of India has taken a strategic decision to minimize the import content under the Atmanirbhar. So they have taken selected the critical technological items under the development under the indigenization for the Indian industries. And Ministry of Defense has brought out several make initiatives to realize these LRUs. And the lot of thrust is there for indigenization and the opportunities for the MSMEs, startups, and different sectors of the private industries. And I take this opportunity to thank Department of Ministry of Defense to take that initiatives. And I extend my special thanks to Sri Anurag Vajpayee, Joint Secretary, Defense Production, for making this platform available for us to sharing this technical informations. And to quote that, I think it is being said that the nation's strength is ultimately consists in what we can do on its own, not in what we can borrow from others. In fact, towards this, realizing this MOD vision, the Indian industries are and build a synergy between our public sector and Indian private partnership. It is like to reduce our timelines and lead time to develop our own self-reliance. The Indian private partners are giving a more interest in participating in the indigenization activities. And with all our busy schedules, you have spared your time to participate in this technical seminar. I give a big thanks to all the participants who are all present during this session. And I extend my warm thanks to HL management and Nikhil sir and Srinivas Rao sir and entire helicopter family for giving this opportunity. In fact, there is a big thrust in the HAL for indigenization activity to increase our IC content to make our own self-reliance. With last but not the least, so for all the members of our team and technical team which is present here, and the technical support extended by our IT department, GM office, everybody, I thank once again. And with this, I conclude my talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all of you for the participation and encouraging us.
Thank you, sir.
We will
Thank you,
work
sir.
together and achieve the goal.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Sir, share the PPT, sir, please.
Yes, sir. We will share the PPT through whatever emails we have called you. Through that email, we will share.
Please, sir.
Thank
Please.
you, sir.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
DP.